In the 21st century, creativity is the number one skill. We're riding on a wave of new products, new technologies, new ways of doing things, and it's not slowing down. In fact, it's only getting started. Those who can creatively take advantage of these opportunities will be the ones who succeed. Creativity, though, is a hard thing to capture. It's like lightning. You have two problems: how to capture it and use it effectively, and how to produce it consistently. For both, we need to understand what creativity is, and what it isn't. In its simplest definition, creativity is a novel insight. It's adding something that wasn't there before. But wait, doesn't that violate the laws of the universe? Matter cannot be created or destroyed. Yes, that's right. You can't really create something from nothing. So, what exactly, then, is a novel insight? Simple: new combinations. New matter and energy aren't created, but they interconvert. Creativity is seeing one thing in another thing. But the two things have to be related. And they have to be connected in a specific way. If they're too related, the insight isn't novel, it's obvious. If they're too far apart, it's not an insight at all. You can think of it as a Venn diagram. Creativity comes from the little slice of overlapping circles. The easiest way to generate creative ideas is to take two ideas, put them next to each other, and see what overlaps. It can't be a shallow observation, though. Remember the Venn diagram: too much overlap isn't valuable or creative. To use this effectively, you need to study different disciplines to see where they line up. Elon Musk has a great metaphor for building knowledge. He likens it to a tree, but you have to start at the base. You can't just look at the branches of a tree. You have to find out where the branches connect. You have to look at the tree trunks. The trunks are the significant branches of knowledge that connect all the different branches. You can go even further and see that all trees are rooted in the earth. They all emerge from first principles. Learn those principles, and you can apply insights from one field to another. Creativity is a lifelong journey. It requires deep learning, patience, and trial and error. Most creative ideas are duds, and the most creative people in history had a high tolerance for failure. You have to be willing to tinker, try new things, fail, and iterate. But there are a few things you can do to help your process. Below are 7 practical steps you can take every day to help foster your creativity. Number 1. Bounce ideas off other people. Since creativity is the overlap between two different ideas, the easiest way to find that overlap is with another person. You can think of yourself as circle 1 and the other person as circle 2. As you bounce ideas off them, look at the places they agree. Where is the overlap? Creativity begets more creativity. Someone else's creativity will fuel your creativity and vice versa. Brainstorming sessions are a great way to throw everything at the wall and see what sticks. Most of it will be rubbish, of course, but you may find a diamond or two. Don't keep your ideas locked in your head. If you hold onto an idea for too long, it becomes precious to you. You become possessive of it and tend to fixate on it. If the idea turns out to be a bad one, you'll have a hard time letting go. As you put your ideas out into the world, you'll connect with the world. You'll find a greater sense of purpose and meaning. Creative breakthroughs require volume. The more you have, the higher chance you have that one of them sticks. You need to hold onto your creative ideas lightly. Send them out into the world frequently. See how people respond. Approach your creativity like a scientist, generating hypotheses and then testing to see if they work. Be a springboard for other people's ideas and let them be one for you. You'll generate far more ideas that you can play with that way. Number 2. Test your ideas immediately. In the real world, when you have a creative idea, and think it's a good one, put it to the test immediately. Creativity without action is mere imagination, and it's next to worthless. Imaginative people are those who don't know how to put their creative ideas to work. Nothing will test an idea better than the gauntlet of the real world. Most of your ideas will get destroyed. It may even be painful to see them mistreated in that way. But if an idea survives, if it endures, takes root, then you can be confident that you have something compelling. And then you can double down on that. Don't skip step 1, though. If you have an idea, bounce it off other people first to eliminate the real duds. If people seem positive to it, though, put it out into the world right away. If you have a blog idea, write it, and publish it. If you have a product idea, create a prototype. When you put your ideas out into the world, you'll generate more ideas. Things will fail, or succeed, or struggle, but the contact between your thoughts and the world will create sparks, more insights for you to test. Number 3, work whenever and wherever you should indeed find a dedicated time and space to be productive. It helps keep you accountable and working consistently. But if you hold to this too tightly, you can kill your creativity. Resist the urge to only work at a set time and place. Don't be constrained to be at your desk at 9 a.m. before you can work. Get into the habit of working whenever and wherever. Your best insights will come when you're away from your work, in the shower or on a bike ride. If you don't think of these moments as valuable, you're more likely to let them slip away. If, instead, you see them as a crucial part of your work, you'll be more likely to grab them and hold onto them. Build a framework to catch your ideas whenever they come. Carry a notebook with you wherever you go so you can write down ideas as they bubble up. Always be on the lookout for new ideas and note them, even if you're not working. A routine is great for getting started and keeping yourself motivated, but it can hurt you in the long run. Too many artists have struggled creatively because they feel like they can't work unless the environment is perfect for it. Don't be like that. Approach the creative work in any situation. Working in different situations can create new associations and novel, innovative breakthroughs. Number 4, eliminate creative drag. When you're in a creative mood, you want to be loose and free. You want to be light, agile. You don't want things that drag you down. Your creativity is a fast plane, and while you can't eliminate all wind drag, you want to minimize it as much as possible so that you can move quickly. Creative drag is anything that stifles your creativity. They can be harmful and positive experiences. Things that annoy you and steal your time are negative drags, like meetings, internal politics, and bureaucratic systems. Bureaucracy is particularly egregious because it's designed to stifle novel ideas. If you want to maximize your creativity, avoid bureaucracy as much as possible. If you run a business and want more creativity from your employees, eliminate as much bureaucracy from your business as possible. Generosity leads to more creativity. Generous behavior has been shown to increase happiness. Happy people, in turn, are more creative. It may not be possible depending on your situation, but consider outsourcing some of your drag if you can. Consider hiring personal secretaries, accountants, cleaners, or other people who can help you handle administrative tasks that bog you down. Some things are positive creative drags, too. Things that feel good but sap your time and creative energy, like social media, video games, YouTube, and alcohol. It's good to relax, but stay vigilant with these activities. They can steal so much from your creativity without you realizing it. Video games rob you of a sense of achievement in the world by offering you simulated rewards. Social media can feel creatively productive but often leaves you feeling demoralized and inadequate compared to your peers. YouTube can feel like brainstorming or idea generation, but the platform is designed to keep you addicted to surface insights. Alcohol and other mind stimulants trick you by making you think stupid ideas are good. You feel like you're brainstorming, but you're just moving junk around in your brain. Eliminate as much as these vices from your life and keep them at the bare minimum. Use them as a reward for good behavior. 20 minutes of YouTube after you've done your work for the day. Number 5, give your creativity as a gift. Generosity leads to more creativity. Generous behavior has been shown to increase happiness. Happy people, in turn, are more creative. Ditch the idea of the brooding artist or suffering for your art. Positive mental states loosen your inhibitions, allowing you to see more of your visual and conceptual space. Happiness makes it easier for you to make creative connections. Think of your creative ideas as a gift. Yes, you should be paid for your work, and you will be, but thinking of your creativity in terms of what it can do for you stifles the whole process. Your creative insights are for other people, and the more you can practice generosity, the happier you'll be, and the more creative breakthroughs you'll have. It's a positive self-fulfilling prophecy. As you put your ideas out into the world, you'll connect with the world. You'll find a greater sense of purpose and meaning. And this will help you to think more broadly. This point is related to the first two. Don't hold onto your creative ideas so tightly. Let them go, give them to the world. They are like children. They were not meant to live at home under your close protection forever. At some point, they have to go out into the world and stand on their own. If you do well, like children, your ideas will even outlive you. Number 6. Entertain radical, even ridiculous ideas. If you have an idea that seems outlandish, maybe even heretical, don't dismiss it outright. Carry it around with you for a while and see where it goes. There's a good chance that it will be ridiculous and of little value, but not always. But even a ridiculous idea can have a germ of truth. Ideas are iterative. They do not progress along a rigid path. Generating ideas is not like building IKEA furniture, where you follow a step-by-step process to get an exact result. Instead, creative breakthroughs are like raising a child. You test things as you go and adapt to the situation. If you have an outlandish idea, don't throw it out right away. Hold onto it for a bit, iterative with it, experiment with it. Poke it to see its weaknesses and to see if it has any strengths. It might turn out to be a landmark breakthrough. And you'll have never known if you threw it away too early. Number 7. Make a tiny contribution every day. Don't leave your creativity stagnant. Because it proceeds iteratively, it's to your benefit to work on your creative projects every day, if even for a little bit. Even if you don't feel like it. Sit at the easel and paint, even if you don't feel like painting. Bang out your allotted words even when you don't feel like writing. Some of the best creative breakthroughs come when you don't feel like creating. In those cases, your mind has wandered somewhere else, and only if you sit down and try to rein it in can you capture some of its insights. If you don't, you may let a golden idea float away.